Have you ever looked up at the night sky and felt a shiver down your spine? A sense that something out there is watching? Well, tonight I'm here to share a story that will make you question the boundaries between dreams and reality. Welcome to another episode of Echoes of the Unseen with me, Narayani. If you are someone who doesn't believe in reincarnations, dreams, or paranormal experiences, this podcast might not be for you. In today's episode, continuing the trend from the previous podcast, I'll be talking about my own dreams on aliens and years later, how a shiny UFO showed up in the skies. Buckle up, everyone who's still here. This episode is going to blow your mind. In our previous episode, I discussed having dreams about visiting Mars. There, I encountered two distinct Martian races living underground in caves. The Northern Hemisphere household aggressive human creature hybrids, while the South was home to the highly evolved telepathic Hindu Vedic sages. We also explored the story of a Martian stone dropped in my garden by a rover. This seemingly ordinary event heralded the arrival of Hiachi, a Martian alien impervious to Earth technology. He grows stronger with heat and violence, but can be defeated by a very human ability, one we often take for granted. For those who have missed the previous episode, you can check it out in my channel titled Messages from Mars, a journey through dreams and encounters. A link is also given in the description. Do you ever feel like someone in the shadows is looking at you, seeing how much you're willing to learn or how much you should learn? Well, this happens to me in my dreams, and this is both fascinating and terrifying at the same time. Today, I'll be talking about a dream of mine and how an unidentified flying object appeared in the skies years later. This will be a truly amazing and captivating experiences for many of you. So stay tuned. When I was pregnant with my first child in 2012, I was plagued by a recurring theme in my dreams: creatures from different planets and galaxies coming to Earth and waging war. There were also other aliens who helped us find our purpose in life. By the way, when I talk about aliens, I'm not restricting them to a single type. In my dreams, I have seen a vast variety of them. Some good, some innocent, some extremely vicious, and some highly evolved and intelligent. Today, I'll be delving into a specific dream that I had when I just entered my second trimester. This dream was not only incredibly interesting, but also unique. It took place on May 30th, 2012. In the dream, we explored Mars and accidentally ended up on Uranus in our spacecraft. Astrophysicists had chosen ordinary people from a vast pool to participate in a Mars mission, and I was one of them. There were 6 or 7 people from all walks of life. With minimal training, we were put in this enormous spacecraft and sent to explore Mars. After a long journey, we landed successfully and set out to explore the red planet. We were lightly dressed for the Martian environment. As the leader of the group, I stopped in my tracks when I saw a tall, lanky Vedic rishi standing in a field of green bushes that spread out like wild creepers. He had a long black mustache and beard, his hair tied in a bun, and sacred Shiva marks made from ash on his forehead, chest, and hands. He wore a sacred thread across his shoulders and looked no older than 40. Since there had to be a water source nearby, I believe these plants might be an indicator. The greens that were spread out like carpet was no taller than 4 or 6 inches. I thought he must be plucking the leaves before we arrived, or perhaps he was there to guide me about what to take back to Earth. When we made an eye contact, I felt a telepathic communication from him, giving us permission to explore the area. He also seemed to emanate a lot of positivity and have a youthful glow, as if he never aged. The rest of the team followed me. We came across a mountain, and the team noticed a carpet of green plants growing abundantly, the same field in which he was standing previously. Intrigued, we plucked a handful of leaves and hurried back to the spacecraft, unsure if there were animals present. Safety was our top priority. Back inside the spaceship, we were all excited about our findings. The image of the Vedic Rishi was etched in my soul, unforgettable. As we prepared to return to Earth, however, our spacecraft developed a technical problem. Instead of going back, it shot forward into the solar system at an incredible speed. We had no control. After some time, we land on a completely different planet. Uranus. This planet was extremely cold and had very little gravity, which cushioned our landing and allowed the spacecraft to touch down gently. The spacecraft was designed to maintain a normal temperature inside. No matter how much we tried, we couldn't restart the spacecraft. Surprisingly, no one was worried. Everyone on board remained positive. We also knew the spacecraft was stocked with enough food and water to last for several years. After a few days, we decided to try the small green leaves we had gathered on Mars. They looked very similar to seaweed. Each team member tasted a leaf. The leaves had some amazing properties. They made us feel emotionally strong, positive, and hopeful. Most importantly, they curbed our hunger for many days and weeks. Since we hadn't experienced any negative side effect, we decided not to try them again. Through meditation, I was able to contact telepathically with a yogi. I explained our predicament and requested a rescue mission. He acknowledged the message. Days passed without hearing back. Then, a few days later, we saw another spacecraft land next to ours. Initially, we thought about helping them, but we weren't sure if the occupants were human. We decided to observe the situation. I looked out the window and saw the fierce cold storm hit the spacecraft parked in front of us. It seemed that Uranus was friendly to these people as they were able to breathe without any difficulty or care. And Uranus was also friendly to us as they did not attack our ship. After a few Uranus days, they took off. Watching them go made me homesick. I longed to go home and be back with my family. As I was lost in nostalgic thoughts, I felt a thud above our spacecraft, as if someone or something was pulling it up into the air. We weren't panicking, we were hopeful. We felt the spacecraft sway from side to side. And then we realized that the man I had telepathed with days ago had come to rescue us. He didn't know how to fly our spacecraft or his own vehicle very well. He had only received basic training. However, after a few tries, he figured it out and was able to pilot the spacecraft back to Earth. I returned to Earth, back in my house, and now I was fully pregnant. I hadn't been pregnant when I was on Mars or Uranus. Then, three yogis, disguised as my paternal uncle, visited my house. They revealed that during our time on Mars, I had unknowingly visited the abode of saints and siddhas. These beings became invisible to the rest of us the moment we entered their domain, but I was able to see them. The green leaves we collected were actually their staple food. The yogis explained that the saints had blessed me and my unborn child. They said my child, like Abhimanyu, who learned about the Chakra Yuha formation from Krishna and Subhadra's conversation, would be perceptive and learn things in unique ways. With that, they blessed us again and then disappear. I woke up from this profound dream. What I thought would happen only in dreams became reality. It transcended the boundaries and appeared in my waking life as well. Last year, for the first time, my child and I camped out in our backyard. About an hour in, a very shiny, unidentified object appeared in the sky. It stayed there for a very long time, and we even saw it again the following day when we returned outside. After dawn, I initially thought it might be Uranus. However, when I pulled out my phone to use a mapping app to identify it, I couldn't find Uranus listed there. This experience has left me with a strange feeling. Sometimes I can't help but feel that someone or something is watching over us. The mysteries of the unidentified flying object remains unsolved, a reminder of the vast unknowns that exist beyond our everyday world. Today, as I look at my elder child, I am marveled by her progress, both as a person and academically. She is incredibly smart, logical, and very receptive to learning new things in unconventional ways. 12.5 years later, here is my child who's highly gifted and yet so humble about her achievements. Sometimes I wonder, did I really dream or was it a real incident? Some of you ask me, how do I cope with such intense dreams? Well, I meditate. I meditate to keep myself calm. Over the years, with the help of meditation, I have successfully extrapolated the calmness from my waking life into my dreams. I remain placid in my dreams and in my nightmares. Things do not scare me. This did not happen overnight. It has taken me a decade of meditation experience to be in the state that I am today. So, my friends, if you're someone who's going through unpleasant dreams, do not fret. Start meditating. Meditation is a great tool to de stress. With a little understanding, you can unlock the power of your dreams and use them to guide you in your waking life. Sweet dreams, everyone. Join us next episode as we delve into two mind bending past life regression cases. We will explore the possibility of an ancient Martian invader, Hiachi, and uncover a time when the planet Uranus held a surprising connection to Earth. Stay tuned for this fascinating journey into the mysteries of the past. This is Narayani signing off.